Hello everyone, this is a recipe for a vegetarian curry. There are two parts. Uh, to make the curry with a little bit more flavor, we will make a broth to use as the base of the curry. Um, Similar to the vegetarian pho, we have 8 cups of water, um, 3 stalks of celery, 1 stalk of lemongrass, 1 large carrot and 1 large daikon cut in 4 pieces, a 2-finger ginger, and 1 large yellow onion. So we cook about maybe 20 minutes, and then we'll just take the broth and use it with the curry. And for the ingredients of the curry, we have roughly about a pound of white potato, a pound of the yam, a block of medium firm tofu, 1 large carrot cut into a 1/4-inch piece, some dried mushroom that has been soaked, and about half a pound of bean curd, and 1 full can of coconut milk, and about 2 cups of cilantro and green onion chopped, 2 teaspoons of chopped ginger and green onion, about 5 to 6 Thai chili pepper, and about half a stalk of lemongrass, and a large yellow onion cut into a 1/4-inch thick, about 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of vegetarian seasoning powder, and 2 teaspoons of red curry. First step is to put in about a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and pan fry the tofu just to firm it up a little bit and give it a little bit of the skin outside for better texture. Well, after about 4 minutes or so, pretty much every piece of the 12-ounce tofu is about done. We just want to make sure that we cook it enough so that the pieces don't break easily in the curry, and of course everything fried tastes better. Of course, you can buy the pre-fried tofu at the store, at the supermarket, but we like to fry them ourselves. We think it tastes better. We removed most of the oil. Leave about 2 tablespoons in there, and now we're going to fry the yam. Just stir fry the yam. For about 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes we sort of flip the pieces of the yam over so that we can have them brown evenly on both sides. Well, after about 4 minutes, the yam is very well caramelized now. We remove the yam, and we're going to do the same thing with the potato. keep in mind that we have not seasoned anything yet. The reason because we don't want to add any seasoning into the pot right now because it will burn. As I mentioned, same thing with the yam. Now we're doing with the potatoes. The potato is about very well cooked now, nicely browned. They're not really cooked through, but they are very nicely browned on most sides. And we're removing them. And next would be the carrots. And we're repeating the same process with the carrots. The side note, as you can see, we're using the yam and the carrot in addition to providing a nice sweet flavor to the curry. They also provide a very nice color to the dish as well. The carrots cooked a bit, caramelized a bit quicker, about 3 minutes. So now we're removing them from the pot to make room for the next ingredient. Note that when we cut the carrots, we don't throw away anything. The little strip from the carrots, we also just keep them in the pot, just to add more flavor to the dish and not to waste anything. Next up is the mushrooms. So we just do the same thing with the mushrooms. And as I mentioned earlier, these are the dry mushrooms that we soaked in hot water for them to rehydrate them. And we're doing the same thing with the mushrooms. Brown them for a few minutes and then work on the next ingredients. The next ingredients we add in the bean curd. So we continue cooking the mushrooms and the bean curd together in the pot for another 2 minutes. By the way, the last ingredient we added in, the gray pieces, those are actually the wheat gluten, not the bean curd. The bean curd is over here. So next up is the chopped onions. So everything in the pot from this point on will stay in. In the pot right now we have mushroom, wheat gluten, onion, and now we're going to add back the potato that we browned earlier. And after the potatoes, we're going to add the browned yam that we prepared earlier. Next up is the carrots, the pieces that we browned earlier. Okay, we saute these the ingredients in the pot for about 3 minutes now, and we're ready to add in the fried tofu, the pan-fried tofu that we prepared earlier, and then the bean curd. Now seasoning start. We put in the chopped ginger, Thai chili pepper, and the chopped lemongrass, and we stir the pot well to make sure that everything is well incorporated into the vegetables and the tofu and the bean curd. Seasoning it with the vegetarian dry seasoning powder. Same thing. Stir it well. But somewhat gentle, because we don't want to break up the pieces of the tofu and the bean curd. Sprinkle the 2 teaspoons of salt in. And stir again the pot. Now we add in the curry powder, and quickly within 30 seconds we need to put the broth in, because the powder can burn quite easily, and we don't want that burnt taste in the curry. That's about 2 cups of broth that we took from the broth pot. Now we're removing all of the cooked vegetable from the broth pot, so that we can use the broth. Now we add in the rest of the broth from the pot. We had 2 cups in earlier. Now it's another about 5 cups of the broth into the curry pot. And we stir it in somewhat gently and bring it to a soft boil. And after the soft boil, we're going to add the coconut milk. We're adding the coconut milk. That's a full can of coconut milk. It's about 14 ounces. Another note is that, as you see, we don't put any sugar in there, so we already have the natural sweetness from the vegetable, so no need for sugar. All right, it's about done. Everything is very well, um, very well prepared now. We taste it, and it's just about perfect. Just right. This is a time that you can add more seasoning in, like salt or the, if you want it more, you want it saltier. But for us, it's perfect. So anyway, after about 30 minutes, now we have a good pot of vegetarian curry, enough to feed 8, 9, 10 people. Thank you, and good luck. There you go. Vegetarian curry.